Good morning, ELA family. Where last we left off, we were talking about our ELA 9B essay. We are writing a personal narrative about overcoming a challenge. We talked a little bit about our pre-writing. We generated some different ideas. I had come up, I think, with a topic that I was going to write about. But I decided to take a little step back today because I realized, sometimes coming up with a topic isn't as easy as it seems. And so if you feel like you're really stuck, sometimes the best thing you can do is take to Google and look at some sample essays. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'll put myself over here. And because I've practiced this already, you can see I first searched for personal narrative about overcoming a challenge. And when I searched for this, it gave me a lot of prompts, it gave me a lot of how-tos, it gave me a lot of help, but it didn't necessarily give me the samples. So I knew I should go back and I said, I'm going to do personal narrative sample essay. And now I got all kinds of information. Now I like to go ahead and just click on the images, and then I can kind of see what is going on here. Now some of these will talk about tips. What I want to do is find sample essays to read that help inspire me. So sometimes this is kind of a little treasure hunt. I'm going to click on this one. Now this one is a little bit more of an autobiographical, and it's only 3 paragraphs. So I'm going to go ahead and click out of it. It's not really speaking to me yet. I'll go to this one. What does this one say? Dealing with little monsters. This might be interesting to read. It starts with, when I was 4, I was enrolled in kindergarten class at a small academy. It was located 3 blocks from our house, and we have to cross the road to get there. Anyway, the academy wasn't only small, but it was dingy as well. There were 2 classrooms with a few small tables and chairs and bookshelves. The classrooms were painted shabbily, with pastel green paint covering the walls, and since it was dark, they had to turn on the fluorescent light, which made us squint a lot. The floor was dirty too, but not the kind of dirty that will disappear if someone mops it, but it was like the dirt was stuck there forever. I've totally been in buildings like that. So, and then he goes on to talk about his classroom, or his classes starting early and waking up. And when we get to here, we kind of might lose the end of this essay. So I liked being able to read this. It gave me a good idea. This is very storyteller-ish. They didn't necessarily just start with a thesis statement. So it's good for me to see. Let's keep clicking. I'll click over here. So here are some examples. Here's a sample. Here's another professional sample. Oh my, this sample is about women shaming other women and bullying. My 8-cow bracelet. This sounds like perhaps it is about losing weight. So this one is probably going to appeal to me. Beauty's only skin deep was a phrase I'd heard quite often during my awkward childhood. When I was just a baby, I had 2 chins, Michelin tire legs, and hair that stuck straight up. My mom would dress me often only in a diaper on hot days, inspiring my uncle to label me with the name Marshmallow Butt. So this talks about beauty and the power of words. This is about how to write a personal narrative essay. Here is a personal quest. This one is rather short, but this could be a good quest to read about. This is another personal narrative essay example. Kayak tip over. So this could be about tipping over in your kayak. I'm sure some of you know a thing or two about that. Here is another autobiographical essay. So there are tons and tons of samples out there on the internet that you can read and that can help you get your writing on track. It can help you get your writing on track and definitely inspire you. But I want to talk about one more thing when we're looking at sample essays, and that is plagiarism. Plagiarism is when we take someone else's words from a sample essay and use them as our own. And plagiarism is considered academic dishonesty, and it is something you can actually get expelled from colleges and trade schools and such from. So it's very, very important to not plagiarize. However, here at the VLA, when I find essays that students have plagiarized, and the way I find them is I run them through a plagiarism checker, which searches the entire internet and helps me find all that content that's been copied and pasted. And when I find that, I reset the essay and we go ahead and redo it again for full credit. So this is a place where you would have a chance to redo it, but it's very important to understand that academic dishonesty and plagiarism is considered a huge deal in the academic world, especially when you move on from high school. So please don't plagiarize your essays. You can go ahead and you can borrow ideas from people. You can put those words and you can take those ideas and put them into your own words or compare them to your own life. But you cannot steal the words and sell them as your own. So this is our essay lesson for the day. I hope you guys enjoy some of this beautiful weather we're having, and we will see you next week.